Welcome to BSwiftArt. Today I'm doing some color mixing with Naples Yellow and Ultramarine Violet, both by Daniel Smith. But you don't have to use Daniel Smith. You can use any brand of colors that you like. Sometimes between the different companies that make the colors, you get a little bit difference in the tone of the colors. Just whichever ones you prefer. So this is my Naples Yellow. It comes with this nice lemony yellow band on the outside, but it turns out to be almost like a buff color, almost a good flesh tone color on its own. And then this is the Ultramarine Violet, and I have that over here in this side. So I'm going to put these aside, and I'm going to start by just mixing plain water into my colors and getting it broken down just a little bit so that it flows. So I'm looking for a whole milk consistency, not heavy cream or melted ice cream. That'll be a little bit too much concentration of the pigment. So I'm adding water until when I stir it around, I can begin to see the bottom of my plate here, which I can at this point right here. So that's the Naples Yellow. And I'm going to do the same thing with the Ultramarine Violet here. Whoops, I didn't mix it out of my brush completely, so before I make too big of a mess, let's get that corrected. Okay, so then here's my violet, which I'm going to put just a dab more into my palette because when I'm mixing it together, it's easier if it has a little bit of paint to grab onto with my brush. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and mix that to the same kind of whole milk consistency. As you can see, when you put your brush into the bottom of the dish, got a little lump there, I can mix it around and I can see the bottom of the dish. A little bit more because I can tell when I bring it back that it fills in really slowly. So that line, that white line, see how it's filling in? So I don't want it to be ice cream. I want it to be whole milk, a little bit thinner than melted ice cream. See, now that line is filling in faster. It's almost like back of the spoon when you're making a sauce. I don't know if you guys are cooks, but you know what I mean then if you are. Okay, I'm going to take this Naples Yellow here, maybe a tad water in there, just a little bit more. Okay, and I'm just going to put some here. And I'm going to take my Ultramarine Violet, and I'm going to put that there. Now normally, and this might also be the case, yellow and purple make mud brown. So I wanted to see if with just a variations of the purple and the yellows, if we could actually make a color that's usable. I'm thinking more of a nature landscape scene, and we could come up with some bluer browns and some more creamy browns. So let's see what happens here. So I am going to start with my Naples Yellow. So I'm just going to get a little bit of that, and I'm going to put it next to my 100% here. And while I'm at it, the first color is the top color, but just in case I forget what I did, that's why I am going to put these little dots right there next to the percentages. And I'm going to go ahead and take my Naples Yellow. This is 100%. And I'm just going to bring it out and see how light it'll go. So it'll go nice yellow, almost a skin tone. It is a skin tone color. This would be great for skin tone. And then here it is at its milk stage. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing with the purple. I'm going to put the violet dot next to the percentages all the way down, and then this one's the 100% violet. So I'm going to start with that since it's already on my brush. And I'm just dragging it out Most time I'll add some water, but just wanted to see how it does it gradually on its own. Little lump there. But here's its milk consistency of paint and water, and then just dragged out, and you can see how light it can get. Okay, so we're going to go back to the top. I've got 75% Naples yellow, 25% ultramarine violet. So I'm going to mix another little puddle, and I'm going to go 3 brush strokes and see if this will do it for me. And then 1 of the violet, about 25% I'd say. And we'll mix these together. And I would call this a taupe. And bringing it on down. That's a very soft brown, kind of putty brown, isn't it? Very pretty. That's a nice color. Okay, so now we're going to move on the chart. We got 50% Naples yellow, 50% ultramarine violet. So in this puddle, I have 75% of the Naples yellow, 25% of the violet. So I need another 25% violet into this well to make my 50-50 combination. So I'm going to see if I can't get another 25%. Ooh, this reminds me of a seashell color. It's purpley, beigey. Oh, beautiful. I really, really like this. Blend it on out. So here's its darkest consistency onto the light. That's very pretty. Looks like a seashell or something in a stone or mushroom maybe even. So now we're going to come back and we're going to do 75% of the ultramarine violet and 25% of the Naples yellow. So I'm going to take some of this violet and I'm going to do 3 good brushes of the violet to make 75%, maybe a little bit more. Rinse out my brush and then come over here and get 25% of my Naples yellow. It's kind of making a gray. I'm going to put a little bit more yellow. I think it needed a little bit, just a tad. Okay, so here we go. So there's it at its 100%, and we're just going to drag it on out. There. Also a pretty brown. So it is true, mixing any yellow and any purple is going to give you shades of brown. So this looks like sand here. And we have some rocks and seashells. And then up here, this is a beautiful color for maybe some trees, trunks, you know, some highlights in the trees. And I love the Naples yellow. It's almost a sandy color itself. And also when you really lighten it out, it's a good flesh tone. And then here, the violet. That's just a beautiful, beautiful violet, ultramarine violet. Okay, let's see how it looks wet on wet. So I'm going to take my little teardrop and fill it in with just some clean water. And then I'm just going to make a little free section there. And I'm going to take my 100% Naples yellow, dab her in there. Might as well dab it in here at the same time. And then 100% of the violet, ultramarine violet. Dab it in there, let it kind of mingle and do its thing. Rinsed off my brush, and I'm just taking the tip and just blending a few of those colors into it so I can get them all. Same thing over here. Want to see some of those browns coming in, but also leaving some of those true yellows and the true violet in there. There we go. You can see here's that nice 50-50% color coming right into there. And then I have a little bit more of those light browns. Here's the purple, there's the yellow. Same thing here. I have those nice light browns coming in here. Got purple and my yellow. Okay, there's another color that we mixed together today. I'm having a lot of fun doing these videos. I hope that you're enjoying them. If you are, give me a thumbs up. And also, if you would subscribe, it helps me to promote my channel. Until we meet again, I hope that your life is filled with peace and also lots and lots of love. Thank you. Bye-bye.